Okay, my friend. So what you're trying to tell me is I must kiss him here, like here, by the wrist. Let me test it. It doesn't work, my friend. It doesn't. It's a lie, this thing. It's a lie.
I'm gonna try. Work till I die, till I die, till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Hey gorgeous, sorry the sound in this video sucks. Unfortunately, I lost the audio file for this video, so please do try to listen and enjoy even with the funky sound. There's amazing secrets laced into this video with a bonus pro tip about a technique that drives men wild. Enjoy.
Hey gorgeous, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kopano Shimange, and this is how I do things. The show where you send me your questions and I'll let you know how I would do things, and I can take it as entertainment, use it as advice. Take it, don't take it, use it, don't use it at all, darlings. Do you know why? Because me, not a professional. I am not a professional at all. Did I ever tell you I was a professional? No. I'm just letting you know what I would do if I was in your shoes. This is a question that so many people have been asking me. This is a hallelujah moment because so many wifeys have been sending me questions about Kopano. Where do I touch? Where do I kiss? What do I do with my hands? Where must I... Is that going to work? So this is why this video is definitely for my wifeys who want to raise the temperature for their hubbies. If you are on your journey of celibacy and you struggle with content that might tempt you, please, this is not the video for you. You can definitely watch my whole playlist that I have on videos for you who are trying to get into a relationship and maybe even dealing with celibacy as well. How I went through that journey and how now I'm enjoying my time with my husbandy. So here's the thing. When it comes to where to touch and where to kiss, people will tell you, kiss the arms, kiss the stomach, kiss the ears. But okay, here's the ear. The stomach, this whole region, like is everything sexy about it. The thing is, you send me a pin drop of the stomach, but the stomach is this big location. Okay, I'm here at the stomach. Where exactly must I go and what exactly must I do? That is the problem with most of the tips that we find about where to touch and where to kiss when it comes to the erotic zones on our man, right? So you get there, what exactly must you do and where exactly must you do this thing? Where does this happen? Here's what I've done for you, my honeys. In this video, I'm going to tell you the methods that you can use in terms of touching and caressing and kissing and licking and so forth and so on. And I've created something special for you. I call this the touch and kiss list by how I do things. This is a checklist that you can actually use. Take it, look at it, and say, okay, tonight I'm gonna try number 1, 2, and 3. Then tomorrow I'm gonna try other things. But in this video, I'm going to tell you when you get to that specific pin dropped location, what exactly should you do? What are the techniques that we can use in touching and kissing our man to raise the heat when it is time for us to do the bedroom gymnastics? Yes, I told you I've got you. So if you want to download that list, head over to the link in my description for that. So on this list, I'm not just telling you go kiss the arm. Girl, I'm telling you don't go kiss here, because when you kiss here, he's extra sensitive. And then when you kiss here, it's extra better. And when you kiss here, there's nothing. He feels nothing there. But when you kiss here, as not just feeling the pulse, you feel the heat, right? So those are specific pin drop locations on his body that you can kiss to get a reaction out of him. So before we get into those top 5 tips, I just want to send a big thank you and a shout out to Desir Intimate Collection for making this video possible. We've partnered with them for this series of Anatomy of Man to raise the pleasure in the bedroom and on these videos with these amazing tips and my pick for the week from the Desir Intimate Collection store.
Okay, so we have actually spoken about lubrication before, why women use lube and why it is important for us. The most basic function is that it makes it more slippery and slidey, meaning that it's more enjoyable for us, less painful, and it helps us to stretch and be more comfortable during the act. But we haven't actually spoken about intimate oils before. This is the Clitoris CBD arousal oil. This is 100% pleasure. What I love about oils is, and especially this one, is that it's 100% natural, plant-based, and vegan-friendly. So how this actually works is that you would apply 2 to 3 pumps of the Clitoris CBD arousal oil 15 minutes before pleasure. So you'd massage it into your labia and your clitoris for absorption, and once it absorbs, it heightens the sensation and increases the pleasure. This is what I love about it. Now, it's also been made by lube ladies, so it's by ladies for ladies. I love it because it is empowering. So definitely try this out, increase your pleasure, because honey, once you try this, oh no, you're going to feel the greatest explosions.
Okay, now let's jump into number 1. He actually does not know where you should touch, lick, or kiss. He might have a limited experience based on what he's been through in the past and what you have done together. But if you really want to know where to touch, lick, or kiss, you actually have to experiment. Yes, it is a good place to start when you say, oh, where do you want me to touch, lick, and kiss you? However, he might not actually know. So experiment. That's why I have the touch, lick, and kiss list, right? For you to know where to touch and kiss. So as you're going through that, ask him. You're not only using your lips to lick and kiss him, you're also using your lips to find out how does he like it. Ask him, does he like it here, harder, softer? Is he enjoying it? Don't be afraid to actually find out. And yes, there are other ways for you to assess the levels of enjoyment. Is he moaning? Is he excited? Is he breathing heavier? Are his toes curling? Is he clenching the butt cheeks? Like, what's happening? So look out for those things. But the most important thing is, it's about experimentation. You are going to teach him a lot of things, honey, so make sure that you're paying attention and you're asking all the right questions. Number 2 is, yes, it does get awkward, because there are some places that are weird when you think about them, but when you touch there, when you kiss there, when you lick there, it does turn him on. It just does something for him. Like the armpit. I know you're just like, oh, the armpit? Do not underestimate how sensual it is when you touch that spot. My hubby loves it. It's one of the weird things. He's just like, you know, thinking about it, it's weird that you're touching my armpit, but it just does something for me. The toes, not everybody likes the toes, but some people love it when you suck on the big toe. Yes, it is a weird thought, but you don't know until you try. The back of the knee, how am I gonna get? It works. So there's places that you should touch, and there's places that you should kiss, and sometimes suck or lick. And it might be awkward, but you don't know until you try. And this is why communication is very important, but so is experimentation. Number 3 is that you need to know where his erogenous zones are. Now, erogenous zones are the parts of the body where there's a lot of nerve endings. And those nerve endings make it extra sensitive, and it can get you that out of your man. So it's the same for us. There's certain spots in our body that as soon as those spots get touched, or they get licked or sucked or kissed, whatever it is, then we just feel a sensation. And that's what happens with those erogenous zones. So for us, it might be the small of her back, you know, the lower part of her back, our backs. It might just be our nipples. It can also be the neck, right? Now, the same for a man. There are certain areas on his body where if he were to touch that area, literally caress that area, it just sends a sensation through his body, and that sensation is what he wants more of, and it is pleasurable. So those are the spots that you're gonna caress, you're gonna touch, you're gonna lick, you're gonna kiss, and you're going to suck. So there are 5 basic areas which are erogenous zones. But again, like I said, the reason why I created that list for you is because I gave you a pin drop of the exact places with some ideas on what to do when you get there. The first is the ear. So when you're at the ear, where exactly should you go? Should you put the whole tongue inside, which some people don't like, or are you tugging at the ear with your teeth or with your tongue, sucking it with your lips. So those are the different things that you can do with the ear. Behind the ear might just not do it for him, but when you move your lip across the ear and then you suck on the lobe, oh my gosh, explosions! The next is the fingers. What are you exactly doing with the fingers? What I found is that licking the fingers, and sometimes you might find a specific finger that just does it for him. Like if you're just sucking on the middle finger when he's going in there and he's doing his thing, oh my gosh, he might just love that. But that's my man. What works for yours? Again, it's experimentation. Is it something where it's you licking that finger, or is it based when you're sucking on the finger? The next is the stomach. Now, you might think that, okay, the stomach is a huge area. Where exactly am I going to go? There are actually quite a number of different erogenous zones around the stomach. The belly button might just work for him, or the lower end of his stomach, basically by the hip bones. That is a very good place for you to play around, depending on where he is most sensitive. The fourth is the arm. Again, the arm is a huge space, but what I found is that the inside of the arm, around this area, so here's most sensitive, around this area, and this here works so well. So what you want to be doing there is you can touch and briefly caress here. This happens nicely before you get down with your man. Caressing this area is such a great thing. And then when you get into the actions, lightly kissing, butterfly kisses on this area here, breathing on this area, moving your nose across this area also turns them on quite a lot. And then finally there's the feet, and you're probably wondering, when am I getting to the feet? This is when technique comes in, because going up the body or going down the body, in a separate video I told you about massaging him, going to the feet, touching the feet, so lightly touching. Some guys might be too ticklish for you to do this on the bottom of his feet, but also touching the top of his feet, and even licking and sucking on the thumb might be the thumb. What is it? The big toe might work really well for him as well. Now, here's my thing about these areas. These are very common areas of the body. You're just like, okay, which part of the body did you leave out? I left out the back. The nice thing about the back is that when you're busy with your man, holding the back and moving your arms up and down the back really works amazing. And you can have different types of touches, light touches at the beginning and more harder, firm touches as you get to the peak of the moment that you're with him. So you want to learn how to touch those specific areas, especially in foreplay. That's when the kissing comes around. There's also areas like the nipples that might work for him. So this is why I created that list. Erogenous zones work really well, but these are very basic erogenous zones, so you can start off with those ones. But this is where you need tip number 4. When you're stroking your hands on your man, use all of your hand. The palm, the fingers, light and heavy touches alternating. Variety works, but you don't want to do so much variety that he doesn't know what it is that's working for him. So move across the different parts of the body first, lightly with the fingers, one finger or all of them, moving your palms with a nice firm grip across his back. You want to have that variety, but taking note of what works and when it works. For me, light touches work at the beginning and you get nice and firm and harder towards the end. Then finally, number 5, I always leave the best for last. There are actually different ways for you to use your lips. You're not just, that's just one method. That's just one way for you to kiss. So when you get to the different erogenous zones, like I said, here you can actually touch, you can lick, and you can kiss this part of the body and it feels really good. So here are the different ways that you can kiss your man and use your lips that might turn him on when you get to the right location. Firstly is lip sucking. Sucking on your man's lips. Not kissing, but sucking on your man's lips. Oh, that works so well. And sometimes you might give a gentle tug with your teeth. Next is actually holding back. So you might just kiss him on a place that he finds quite sensitive and then stop. That is the variety and the thing that causes the anticipation. So it's not just about getting in and it's just, and then wait, anticipation. Use it to your advantage. There's also the surprise kiss. Out of nowhere, when you are with him, giving him surprise kisses in areas that might turn him on is a good idea. So if you've just downloaded my Way to Kiss and Touch list and you know that there's an area that is the bomb.com in the middle of nowhere, just hit him up with a and you'll get him going. Next is the soft kisses. Soft kisses work in different areas, especially where he is sensitive. Areas where he is ticklish is actually a nice place for you to do soft kisses. Men are ticklish in areas where there are many nerve endings. So when you find an area that he's actually ticklish in, have soft kisses in those areas, and it won't be ticklish, but it will give him a nice sensation. Then French kiss the body, girl. The tongue and the lips together. You couldn't have put, maybe you didn't see it, but the tongue and then the lips, the tongue and then the lips. Use them together as an alternative way of not just sucking on the area, but using the tongue to caress and then the lips. It's a very beautiful sensation, and again, on the right areas. So do make sure that you download that kiss and touch list. And then finally, my pro tip, take a cup of warm water or a cup of ice with you to bed and see how he feels about hot and cold kisses. Some areas may like hot kisses and others may like cold kisses, but you won't know until you experiment. This is actually a fun thing for you to do. So download the list and then tell your mind, you know what, I actually want to try out hot and cold kisses. Starting with the hot kisses and then moving on to the cold ones and see how he feels. This experimentation brings some fun and games into the relationship, and they go a very long way in building the intimacy between the two of you. It breaks down those barriers and causes a vulnerability that only you and your man can have and no one can break. Alright my honeys, that's all I had for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really did enjoy creating this video because I feel as though this is the type of information that makes it fun. It creates the games, it creates the vulnerability, it makes you learn your man, but it also makes him learn himself. So make sure that you download that kiss and touch list, and also make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up and share this video, because I know that sometimes this video gets like shadow banned. So please do help the sister get her videos out so that more of us wifeys can enjoy our mans in the bed. So until next time, beautiful people, thank you so much for watching. I'm Kopano Shimange, and this is how I do things.